students from rural areas would enjoy more financial support, pastoral care and study options under a plan to address significant disadvantage and boost the national economy. Former Victorian Premier Denis Napthine, the lead author of a comprehensive strategy commissioned by Federal Education Minister Dan Tehan, said Australia needed to address the educational divide because it was hurting rural people and their local communities. The 33 recommendations in this strategy include $5,000 payments for students leaving regional and remote locations for tertiary education, boosted access to welfare payments, improved orientation and advice on campuses, and demand-driven funding for enrollments at regional institutions. In an interview following the release of the strategy, Dr. Napthine said the disadvantage experienced by rural people was denying them the long-term financial and professional advantages of a quality education, and also harming regional areas. Because if their best and brightest can't get that education, that stymies those regions and communities, he said, arguing that bridging the education divide would also boost the economy. The nation is driving around with a handbrake on, he said. It's a bit like when you used to argue that 51% of the population women not getting education and employment opportunities was a huge cost to the nation. Because you're not getting the most out of everyone in the community. Growing regional higher education providers would boost the surrounding economies, Dr. Napthine argued, saying it would also assist with decentralization by taking people out of the major cities. The report found people from rural areas were half as likely to get a bachelor degree or above qualification by age 35 compared with their counterparts in the cities. They were 40% less likely to achieve qualifications of certificate IV level or above. Tehan has accepted the aims of the strategy's overarching recommendations but said he would be consulting on the specific measures, some of which would require major funding commitments. Dr. Napthine said he was confident the government understood the need for the strategy to be implemented. I think over time they will be increasing the commitments to deliver it. But some of the things don't require a lot of funding, he said. He pointed to boosted pastoral care, mentoring and other forms of support for students who had relocated to enroll in tertiary education. When students come from overseas, we make sure they are comfortable and supported. Yet we can have students coming from remote areas and coming to the city when they've never been there before, and they are left to sink or swim, he said. A simple thing is that all universities should have specific programs to identify rural and regional students and provide them with support. That would significantly reduce the dropout rate of country kids. Not a big cost. Carolyn Perkins, executive director of the Regional Universities Network, backed the strategy and said it would benefit rural students, communities and universities. Run has consistently advocated for the issues addressed in the review's key recommendations, namely, improving access to tertiary study options in regional areas, including through more places for regional campuses, assisting regional, rural and remote students with financial and other support, and strengthening the role of tertiary education providers in regional development.